this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for a bit of a kind of clear up because my desk is becoming even worse than ever. Yep, it's just a complete and utter tip. So it's even getting on my nerves now. So I thought that I would just come along and finish a few bits that have been here laying on the side of my desk, well, for weeks actually, absolutely weeks. So I've just pulled in a handful of things first, and yeah, I'm just going to literally get kind of doing them in no particular order. So I've got this gorgeous tracing paper envelope. I have got a tutorial for these on my channel, somewhere buried on my channel. And we'll just fold that over, and then yeah, we'll just decorate this up so it's kind of finished and ready to use. So I've got that like that. Now, I don't know quite what to put on here, but I have brought along various different bits and pieces that hopefully, you know, might just work out quite nicely. So I've got this, which is some original vintage ephemera, and I thought it would look really nice actually on here. So it's got the original paper clip, if you can see that. So it's obviously all really rusty and, you know, really, yeah, really rusty and ropey. But, I mean, I like that. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that rusting paper clip on there just for the extra vintage yumminess. So I'm just going to put that on as if that were the, you know, the address kind of piece. So, and I've got a bunch of vintage ephemera sat here in my lap. So I'm hopefully going to incorporate some of these vintage kind of things with, you know, the pieces that I'm dragging in from around my desk, which, you know me, there are obviously hundreds of things that I can pull in from around my desk. So yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes. Excuse my voice today. I've got a horrible cold. I feel fine, well, fine-ish. I don't feel 100%, but I feel fine-ish, good enough to be doing videos anyway. So yeah, I've got this butterfly here. This butterfly may be way too brown to kind of look nice on this envelope, but because again it's just leftover from another project, I thought, well, we'll just give it a try because yeah, I'm just trying to clear my desk off a little bit, just a little bit. How successful I will be is a whole nother story, but okie dokie. Yeah, I've had this cold for absolutely ages now. This is day 9. No, sorry, day 8. Day 8. So I'm filming ahead, obviously. So you've probably seen me talking about this cold in maybe like the mass makes and things like that. Yeah, it's just dragging on. You know, like normally you get like the really coldy part, you know, where you're kind of sneezing a lot and things like that when it first comes out. And then it kind of clears up, I think, normally after a couple of days, and, you know, not so bad. This one's just dragging on and on. But, you know, like I say, I mean, I don't feel too bad, so I can't really complain too much. So, yeah, it's just, it sounds worse now. I mean, funnily enough, I often find that's the way, isn't it? When you're feeling really rubbish, you know, your voice sounds fine, and so nobody really gives you any sympathy or notices that you're ill. And as soon as you start feeling a bit better, that's when it starts sounding terrible, and of course then everyone kind of says, oh, are you feeling all right, you know? And of course, yeah, you're feeling fine by then because the cold's kind of cleared up quite a bit by then. Right, I think this huge brown butterfly actually does look okay. Weirdly enough, it was not, you know, I didn't think it would look okay, but yeah, weirdly enough, I think it does look quite nice. I'm just going to put some extra glue here. Can't bear it, you know, when you see those corners lifting. I find that really annoying. So I'm just going to, yeah, squish them down a little bit. Okay, right, and I do really like that piece of lace there, so I'm just going to attach the lace just with some hot glue. Like that. Okay. And then, yeah, we'll just have the butterfly just here, I think, on the edge. I know it is huge, but yeah, I think it does look quite nice, to be honest. And sometimes, you know, it's nice to have a big statement piece, isn't it? you know, it just all adds kind of extra interest really. So yeah, quite like it. Okie dokie. Now, do we want anything else on this front? I mean, I don't know how much more it could really take as it's got that huge butterfly already, but let's just have a look. Oh, I don't think that's going to look quite right, is it? Because of course I've got the big butterfly now, which is completely different because it's brown. Let's just take one of these. So these are just from my labels, and I'm sure that I've talked about this before, but I think you get 9 pages. I think it's 9. All different sort of colourways. So you get this kind of dark colourway, which, you know, if you watch my channel a lot, you'll know that I'm very drawn to using the dark pieces. Oh, I quite like that there. They just kind of really add a striking, I don't know, striking touch to your pieces. So yeah, gonna have that on there instead of a postage stamp, I think. Looks nice, doesn't it? I love how that looks, to be honest. I mean, there's barely anything on there, but it looks really gorgeous, doesn't it? And then we'll turn it over and just see what we need on the other side. So let's have a look. I've got some doily here. So we could have some doily somewhere. What about if we have one of these? Right. So I hope everyone's having a good day, doing some crafting, having a nice time. It's one of those just nothing weather days today. Just it's not that, well, I was going to say it's not that grey, but actually I've just looked out, it looks really grey. But yeah, it's just a nothing weather day. You know, like nothing's going on with that weather whatsoever. Absolutely just boring day. I'm filming this first thing on a Sunday. I don't very often film on a Sunday, but yeah, I kind of just need to film a few videos because I haven't managed to film many this week. So yeah, I just need to kind of do a bit of catching up really. So thought whilst everyone's still asleep, my youngest son, he's gone to work already, but everybody else is still asleep. I thought, oh, I'll just quickly come on and do some videos. What do you think? It's a bit big, isn't it? Oh, what about this one? Oh, that's quite lovely on there, isn't it? Might have to, well, I'll see if I can glue this down without kind of actually tearing it off. But knowing how clumsy I am, I've got this funny feeling it will be torn off in a moment. Okay. I do love these vellum envelopes, I have to say. Well, tracing paper envelopes, they're not vellum. But you could do them with vellum. I think the tracing paper is slightly thinner than vellum, but I guess that probably would depend on the weight tracing paper that you're using. So don't quote me on that. I'm not a vellum or tracing paper expert, but yeah, I think my tracing paper that I'm using maybe is slightly thinner, but I don't know whether that's kind of necessarily always going to be, you know, the case, or whether it varies maybe. Okay, just glue this down. Unfortunately, that glue is showing a little bit through the newspaper, but I'm hoping that by the time it dries, you know, I'm hoping that will just disappear. Don't really need to ink these dark ones up, but just a little bit, just in case. I'll just glue this with the hot glue. Okay. Love how that looks. Really scrumptious, isn't it? And then here on this, do we want some more lace? Or do we, oh yeah, I was going to say, oh, do we think that's a bit much? But of course, once I put it there, There's just no going back, is there? I mean, we don't have to have it everywhere. We could just have it, oops, one side. Now, do we want it the same side as this lace, or do we want it the other side? Let me just hold that flap down. It probably doesn't really matter too much, but I think we'll have it this side. So again, just going to glue that with the hot glue. Like that. Okay. And then do we want anything else on there? I'm kind of thinking, do we want some bling? You know, because we're a bling free zone so far, which, well, don't want to be too bling free, do we? That just is boring. Okay. Oh, maybe there in the middle. I know that's kind of weird, but I really quite like it there in the middle. It looks, you know, like a, well, like a clasp or something. Kind of looks a bit like that. Yeah, really like that. Okie dokie. Loving how that looks. Now, I've not put any kind of closure on here. I've left it kind of flapping. But of course, you know, when I come to use it, I may add like a Velcro dot or something. Velcro? Yeah, Velcro dot. Don't have to, but yeah, I might do. But I love that envelope. That is gorgeous, and love the way they just feel so squishy. Right, next one. I have got a tag here. So let's see, what should we put on the tag? Like I say, I mean, I'm really just trying to use up things that are laying around on the desk. So I'm thinking here, I'm going to pull this in. Like that. This is from my King Street kit. But I thought, oh, that's going to look quite good on that tag. Those colours will just complement it nicely. Okay. Oh, that does look nice, doesn't it? Do I want a bit of doily coming out behind him? Could do, couldn't I? Okay, so I'll just put this down here. Okay, and press that down. I'm just going to ink around this, just so it stands out a little bit more. You know, I might just have to tear that down a bit because it's quite big on there at the moment. So yeah, I think kind of just need it to come down slightly. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Right, let's just pop this down here. Okay. Like that. Okay, and then should we have maybe some numbers or something? Just see whether I've got some bits and bobs here beside me that might just complement this. I don't know. Let's have a number 10, shall we? Oh, that looks cute there, doesn't it? Okay. And then I'm just going to ink all this around. So this was a collage masterboard piece. Again, I think I used the rest of the collage masterboard, the original. And yeah, this obviously just got lost and buried on my desk and, you know, never actually got finished off. So yeah, but I quite like how it looks now. It looks good, doesn't it? Just wondering whether I need to put anything else on there. Going to just try this. It might look good, it might look rubbish, but I just always think, well, you never know until you try, do you? So it's always worth trying. Okay, And obviously we've got the black on there that's on that with the bird anyway. So, you know, this would kind of tie in colour-wise. It's not going to look too out there. Okay. Yeah, I think we've come into cold season, haven't we? So, you know, of course I'm going to get a cold. When I worked over at the university, which, I mean, I can't believe I'm actually coming up for 2 years since I left there. I mean, obviously we've had that pandemic, so I mean, it's been a really crazy 2 years, or year anyway, hasn't it? But year and a half, I guess now. But yeah, I constantly had a cold because, of course, you know, the students, as soon as they came back, you know, everyone's in quite a, you know, confined space, and, you know, the germs are just spreading around. So I constantly had a cold. It was embarrassing how many colds I had. And then I just couldn't shake them off, you know, at all. I just literally had like a permanent cold all the time at certain times of the year. So, yeah, compared to then, I feel like I don't really get colds hardly at all now. Right, okay. I'm going to use that slot punch because I love this. Okie dokie. And I'm going to go with this crinkly ribbon because it's really pretty, isn't it? And I just thought, oh, that's going to look nice on there. I think I'm going to do a bow. So I'll just see. Okie dokie. Yeah, I think some people are more prone to colds than others, actually. But I know this sounds really strange. I feel the cold really a lot. You know, I'm always chilly. And, you know, actually, I really struggle to regulate my body temperature for some reason. My circulation, I think, must not be particularly great. And I always think that if I get cold, then I'm going to get a cold. And, you know, my mum used to say, oh, you can't get a cold from getting cold. And then I always remember a few years ago seeing, you know, a news report that they'd done a study. And they found that you could get a cold from getting cold. And I said to my mum, see, told you, you can get a cold from getting cold. So yeah, that's why I think that I've constantly got one, because I'm constantly getting cold. Okay. And then just pop a little dab of glue here. I mean, I'm just dabbing the glue because this ribbon's not really laying, you know, where I want it to lay, so it looks a bit weird. But also, this actually then is going to help keep it, you know, keep it in a bow, isn't it? You know, I don't have to worry about it coming undone because it's now secured with the glue. So it's a kind of double bonus there. Got a double purpose. I'm just wondering whether I wanted to have a bit of ribbon at the bottom. Could do. I mean, it looks pretty, but then I quite like it without as well. So, well, I guess it does finish it off a bit neater, doesn't it? So let's just glue this down here. Okie dokie. I think I've glued it upside down. I know that sounds weird, but it has got a bit of a, you know, the curl is kind of going one way rather than the other. So yeah, I should have put it up the other way, but never mind. Okay. Yeah, that looks nice. Okie dokie. Right, other one. So this is like a little booklet. So I think I'm going to round the corners on here. I mean, this is from some scrapbook paper. Had this for years. And yeah, just kind of, again, kind of had folded it up and put it into a, you know, kind of book shape. Never then actually did anything with it. So it's just been sat on my desk for, yeah, ever since, basically. So let's have a look and see. Thinking maybe I could have some of these flowers on there. They would look quite nice, wouldn't they? And go quite nicely on here. just, you know, covering up that butterfly, because otherwise it just looked a bit peculiar, you know, being sat there on its own, I think. So if I have that over there, just need something. No, that's not going to be the right colour. Oops, I've got this pink one. Why does that really? Well, that's not too bad, actually. I wonder if I have a bit of book page, what that would look like. It's not really great, is it? It's I don't know. For me, I feel like it's lacking a focal point. So, right, let's just have a look. I've got these lovely little pieces here. Let's pull this one in. Have a look and see how this one looks. That's quite nice, isn't it? Yep, quite like that. So I might just ink this quickly before I put it down. Okay. And then we'll stick this one down. Let's grab my dry wipe. Okie dokie. Make sure it's all pressed down nicely. Like that. And the typewriter. Oh, how gorgeous does that typewriter look on there? It's lovely, doesn't it? So give it a bit of an ink. It's really weird because I just heard what sounded like a ladder outside. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's not a window cleaner early on a Sunday morning, but you know, when you're just like, oh, sounded like I've just heard a window cleaner, you know, with his ladder. Yeah, like I say, I mean, I'd be surprised. That would be maybe overstepping the mark, wouldn't it, privacy-wise on a Sunday, but it just sounded like it. Very weird. Very weird. Right. I'm only trying this because this is like floating around on the desk now, and I just thought, oh, it would be quite good to get rid of it, but no. You can't force things sometimes, can you? Right, I'm just going to try this little piece here. Oh, actually, this might be too big, but let's just give it a try. Okie dokie. Oh, come on. Oh, my eyesight's just getting worse and worse. Worse and worse. I mean, the good news is, obviously, the worse it's getting, the less terrible things look. The bad news about that is, obviously, you know, if I then sell things, other people may think it looks worse than I do. Maybe I need to put kind of like a little caveat kind of saying, you know, you can only purchase this if your eyesight's as bad as mine. Okie dokie. So that's a little fold out piece. Now, obviously it's been coffee dyed. So I could either put some little like flippy pages or something, make it like a proper booklet, or I was just wondering whether I could do, you know, just stick a couple of pages in, but that, I always just think that feels a bit like a waste, especially if it's kind of coffee dyed already. Perhaps I'll just make a little booklet. So we just fold that over. Okay, dokie. Put that down. here. Okay, I'm just going to go up that side again because I cut it like overhanging the pages. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. I think it's just because it's a bit early for me. No, it's because I've not had breakfast. I know I say all these things all the time, but honestly, it makes such a difference. You know, obviously I'm waiting till everyone else is up and then have breakfast, but yeah, probably shouldn't have come on to do a video, really, should I? Yay, a little kind of flippy booklet. That's quite cute, isn't it? Okey-doke. And again, I mean, I just like to just staple these, so I'm just kind of folding that over loosely and then just go in and just staple 1 and 2. That's it. Okie doke. Right, that's another piece done. Love how that piece turned out. It's really, really nice, I must say. Very pretty. Put that on the pile with the done stuff. And then the last piece I've got. So this one, I'm not sure what this is actually glued onto. Whether this was, yeah, I don't know. I made this obviously a really long time ago and I can't actually even remember whether it was, I mean, it's onto sheet music. Must have been the inside or the outside, you know, like the cover page, I think. Gosh, I'm so sorry there. It had flicked off because it had run out of storage space and I didn't notice, unfortunately. You haven't missed anything. Literally, all I've done is round the corners on this piece and, you know, was rambling on about how I don't like straight lines. Picked up this, which was the offcut from the piece that we used in the one before. And that's literally all that I've done so far. So, yeah, I'm going to use this. Now, I'm thinking I've got my bows here on the, you know, when we did the single-sided laminate pieces. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe because this is napkin, it's very what's the word, you know, textured. So I'm thinking the contrast in the texture between like a shiny laminated type piece and the napkin might be really rather nice. So let's just cut this out. Okie dokie. And there. Okay. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah. Quite like that. I mean, do we think that goes very well with that? I mean, I think it does. What do you guys think? I think it goes all right. Let's just ink this up all round. And then just let's go inside. Okay. Around here. Okie dokie. And then this one. Okay. Around here. I mean, again, you know, it looks quite grungy now, but I mean, I quite like that. So that's all fine. Absolutely fine. Right, so we're going to have this. I'm just going to see, I don't know, yeah, whether this will just wipe straight off, you know, over the laminate. I mean, I guess probably I should have inked this before laminating it. But, you know, don't necessarily always think of these things, do you? That's not too bad. It has kind of inked it. Yeah, quite like that. Now, do we want anything else? Got some frames here, and I've got ivory frames and I've got black frames. So let's just pull them in. Oh, I've got umbrellas as well. Right, let's have a look at an ivory frame. See. Take this kind of square one. See how that would look. I can still hear no movement downstairs, which is awesome. My eldest son, he'd been out last night with his friend and I heard them come in, kept me awake for ages. Not because they were being noisy, but obviously they were a little bit noisy when they came in, which woke me up, which then I just couldn't get back to sleep. You know, to the point where you nearly actually get up because you just think, oh gosh, this is just rubbish. I didn't get up because eventually I did go back to sleep. But yeah, you know, when you feel like, oh gosh, surely it's morning because I feel so wide awake. It's a bit like that. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Right, let's just glue this down. Okie dokie. Yeah, and we will just have the, whoops, have the label on there as well. Not label, sorry, the frame. Okay. Kind of like that at the side, you know, rather than kind of in the centre. Looks nice to the side, doesn't it? Just says it's got a bit of a different kind of feel to it. And then the bow. I think we'll have the bow to the side as well. Excuse the back of this. But yeah, do I want it straight or not? Well, hey, it's just gone how it's landed now. Didn't kind of get a choice in it in the end. It just fell, you know, glued on now however it landed. So that's good. It took the deliberation factor out of it. So that's good, to be honest. Right, I'm liking how that looks. Again, inside, I mean, I was thinking just have it as a little sort of booklet. Yeah, again, we could kind of add some flippy pages, I guess, couldn't we? I feel like these are a bit on the bright side. Or we could, you know, we could make little pockets, I guess. Sorry, I'm just tucking this under my desk now. So it's not on my desk anymore because I don't really need it on here. It's not a bad colour. Don't know. Just have a bit of a look. Oh, I have got this actually. That's quite a good colour, isn't it? Oh, that's perfect on there. So yeah, I'm just going to do, actually what I might do is have like a little booklet on just one of these sides. So again, let's just fold that about there. And then what I'm going to do is staple it in like pages along there. So I'm just going to trim it down here and just across here so it's no longer attached. And then, yeah, I can staple that in so it's got like a one-side booklet, if that makes sense. And then the other side is just, you know, plain for journaling. So again, just grab my stapler and just staple this straight in here. Okie dokie. Yeah, I mean, that's really nice then, because you've got journaling space here. Oh, look at what's happened here. My napkin's not completely glued down. Let me just trim that corner off. And then we've got a little booklet as well. So there's a lot of journaling space in this little piece, to be honest. actually really like how it's turned out, and it's got that lovely squishy feel, which yeah, is all an added bonus, isn't it, to have a little squishy feel. You know, lots of journaling space as well. Yeah, it's turned out really, really nice. Just seeing whether I want to have a number anywhere. Don't think it really needs it. I'm not sure that's the right colour anyway, so no, that's massive. Could have this one, I suppose. Let me just ink this up, otherwise it's very bright. Could just have it there, I suppose. Doesn't really need it, does it? But it's all fun, isn't it? To add extra bits. So yeah, let's put it up there. Okie dokie. Yay! Looking good. Right. Okay, so that's probably all that I've got time for now, because I'm thinking it's, you know, definitely only a matter of time before everyone wakes up downstairs. But let's see the 4 bits that we've done. I mean, I have to say, it's not really made a dent in my desk, but, you know, let's just have a look and see. So we've got these couple, which, you know, booklet here, and a kind of triple fold out with a booklet. So I love how that went. And tag there, and then this gorgeous tracing paper envelope, which I can't tell you how much I love that. So yeah, hope that you like all the bits that we've made, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks very much for watching, and see you guys soon. Bye.